Hello?
Hi, hello, is this John?
Yeah, what's up, Tommy?
Hey, John, it's Tommy. Nice to meet you, bro. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, bro. Just came back from the gym, having a
All right,
great morning so far. Well, great afternoon now. How about you, bro?
everything's good, bro. I just want to let you know this call is gonna be recorded and potentially uploaded. How can I help?
I just, wanted to have a conversation with you and, get your you know, also to pick your brain a little bit, but get your advice on like, you know, how to how to start like managing my funds properly and stuff like that. Like I was watching, some of your YouTube videos and
Yeah,
and with the you have the budgeting plan, the budgeting sheet and
yeah,
whatnot, and with the 10% emergency, 25% investment, 0% debt. Like that's the one that I'm
yeah,
following
yeah.
now. Whereas like if you was to make $1,000 a week and whatnot, so right now that's like actually my goal, like to start making $1,000 a week, so I can actually like start applying that.
Okay.
Um, so right now with like my current situation, I'm gonna just be honest with you because I really don't care and whatnot. Like right now, I'll say what I'm making weekly is like
Mm-hmm.
$400 a week,
Which is
and
good.
what I've been doing with that, I just been saving it. You know,
Okay.
I also invest in trade and whatnot, but right now I
How
just
old are
been
you?
focusing on like I'm about to be 21 this week.
Okay, 21, making $400 a week. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I also trade and invest in like the foreign exchange market and whatnot.
Oh,
But I treat that account like a business account and whatnot. But just so you could know a little bit more about me, like a few years ago, I was like when I was like 16, like I was trapping. Like I used to, I ain't gonna say too much because you did say you was recording and
yeah,
whatnot. But I actually like had saved up, like $50,000, like
yeah,
but cash. And just from being uneducated, like all of that money went down the drain.
yeah.
So but I look at it as like, okay, I did it once, I could do it again. But now if I do it again, you know, I have to do things differently. It wasn't that the money is the problem, because I understand that money is not the problem. It's the person itself, and you have to develop and adjust and change things, and just find somebody that knows what they're doing and just like listen to them and like basically get mentorship from them. So
Okay.
that's what I've been like focusing more on, like just trying to find people that are already on that path and on that road, and just listening to them and also learning from my mistakes. But yeah, I did have 50,000 saved up, and then like
So it sounds
life
like
happened.
John. It sounds like John, like you just want a new system and you want a new method to make more money and to kind of like manage it. Sounds right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's my advice, right? First things first, right? When I created that
Hmm.
plan of those 6 accounts where you have, for example, emergency, investing, debt, expenses, fund, and charity, I created that
Yeah.
when I was making $60 a week.
You said you
So
was making $50 a week.
60. I was making sixty
60.
dollars a week. That was when I was in college, and I had some jobs, but then I got laid off from one, and then the other one I maxed it out because it was work study, and then most of my
Hmm.
money I had spent it, and then the money I was making was kind of like passive income from some money I gave to somebody, and they were paying me every week. Now, the
Okay.
big thing is when you want to fix your problems, you don't wait until you're in a better situation. You work on fixing them now, because if
Right.
you can't manage $400, you won't be able to manage $50,000. So it's all
Right.
about applying the system to whatever situation you have right now. Now, for
Okay.
example, the number one thing is, as far as my channel and what I do, we're like the LTT squad here, right? That's long term team, right? So I don't do forex
Hmm.
trading, I don't do day trading, I don't do option trading, I don't do any of those things. All I do is
Hmm.
just for the long term, right? That means index funds, ETFs, retirement accounts, and so on. Why? Because it works, right? A lot of
Yeah.
the people that do forex trading, it's just
They
not my
lose money.
game. Yeah, they lose money,
Yeah.
and not just that, the people that are making money aren't making money by doing forex trading, but they're making money by selling you courses on it, and then basically getting
Right.
people under them and all those things. That's not what I do. That's not my game. So
Yeah. That's
you're
that's network marketing.
yeah. So you're MLS. Yeah. So you're 21, right?
Yeah. About to
And
be the Thursday. Yep.
how do you make $400 a week? What do you do?
All right, so basically from the markets, like
Okay.
from trading in the markets, that's like what I bring back on a consistent basis. Like every week, $400 from trading.
So that money
And like you,
fluctuates.
yeah, and like you were saying, so like the MLM aspect of the business, like I was actually doing that too, and I actually hit a
Yeah.
rank of earning $2,000 a month.
And what
So it
happened?
was that on top of that, but like as far as like the network marketing, the MLM, the business stuff, like exactly what you were saying, like I seen how people was moving and like how the leadership was and the influence was, and I wasn't really agreeing with like a lot of things and how things were being
Okay.
ran. So I lost my whole rank, and I decided
Yeah.
like it's not something that's
That you want to do.
sustainable. And yeah, and it's like you have to be in that 24/7. It's not, and like you said, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
Like trying to take care of somebody else all day and whatnot. Like, no, I'm focusing on, the skill set, like learning how to
Yeah.
trade and being a profitable, consistent trader.
So let me ask you a question,
So
right? You what state do you live in?
New York,
Okay, you live in New York. So,
yeah,
and the only skill you have right now is this whole trading thing, right? Currently?
yeah,
Okay. Now, if I were you, do you have any debt, by the way?
nope. I just opened the credit card just to start building my credit. $200 line, a secured credit card. I
Okay.
watched your video too. I got the Capital One.
Okay. So as far as credit, here's how I would tell you to do it, right? If you want to build credit without getting into debt or without having any problems, I would just put one small bill on it. Meaning, for example, you can put your Netflix bill or your iTunes bill, Apple Music bill on it, and you just set it to auto pay itself. You cut the credit card and you forget about it. That way you build your payment history, but you don't go into any debt and you never have a problem there. The thing is, what they tell you about building credit is that it's important, but in reality, you don't need credit when it comes to buying a home because they do manual underwriting. So if my name is John, a few years from now, I have 2 years of like pay stubs showing that I actually make money. I have bill history with my rent and my internet payments, all these things. They take all those things into account and they basically give you a line of credit to buy your home, right? So you don't need to have like, you get into debt like crazy to build credit. Now, as far as if I were you, John, right, my main focus
Mm-hmm.
would be there are 168 hours in a week, if I'm not mistaken. That's 24 hours a day. That means if you're working
Okay.
8 hours, you can get another job, another full-time job, and still have a bunch of extra time left over. That means you're working 10, 12, 14-hour days. But that means you can potentially double your income. But that's just one way to do it. But then you have the other
Mm-hmm.
aspect of, well, you live with your parents right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my whole thing would be I would get a job, right, to earn some income. I worked at work study. I worked at the Gap. I worked flipping phones. You gotta start somewhere, and I would use the money that I made from there to start either getting a career, buying some courses, reading books, or whatever it is. For me, I did accounting. For you, it could be, for example, a trade job, could be college, could be a license, could be something. But you need a career that you like, you're good at, and it's gonna make you money. That way you have good income coming in every single month. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I was actually thinking about accounting too.
Accounting's not like my favorite thing. It has nothing to do with money actually. It's just more about like
It
recording
doesn't?
transactions. Not really. It's just more about like recording
Mm-hmm.
transactions and finding ways to save money on taxes and all those things, right? If you want to do accounting,
Mm-hmm.
what I recommend is go on YouTube, look up accounting 101, take that course, then look up accounting 102, take that course also, and then get a liking for it. And then check finance also. But I recommend check on laborstatistics.gov, and look at the best careers, the ones that are growing, the ones that make the most money, obviously, and the ones that are actually in demand right now. And then pick one of those. Now, as far as going to college, what I would do first is if I'm going to do a 4 year degree, I'll go 2 years to community college, get that for free, and then save a lot of money, and then transfer over those credits over to the 4 year school so that we can skip those first 2 years and get it for free, basically, and then just to finish the 2 years. But since I have savings, I can pay for those and graduate without any debt. But you also have trade jobs available that can pay you anywhere from 40,000 to 50 to 60,000 dollars. But you also have licenses if you want to do like real estate, you want to do sales, whatever it is, or like sell insurance policies. It's all up to you, but you got to find something and you got to go after it. That's what I would do. That's what I recommend. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and what was the website? name again? Because I'm trying to write everything down that you're saying.
Yeah, it's laborstatistics.gov.
Labor
Statistics.gov.
statistics.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me a second here. 1 second, John.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So you go to that website, John, you check it out, and you see exactly what careers are going to be the best. Like right now, like software engineering, that career is popping, but it's all something that's in line with your skills and what you wanna have in life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like the day trading and all those things, it's just not my game. If you want to do that, you
Mhm.
can if you want to. But if I were you, I would just, for example, like I would use my time very wisely. Meaning I would have a job to make some income. I would be working towards getting a career, and I would be using the rest of my time just to keep learning and growing, which is what I did in college. I worked 2 jobs, 3 jobs while I was getting my career, and while I was also reading a ton of books.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm working on more right now, like reading more books and stuff. The book I'm
Mhm.
currently reading right now is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Just
Okay.
learning the difference between assets and liabilities,
Let me
and
let me give you a
it just
warning about Rich Dad Poor Dad. Right, it's a book that I read too. It's a book that a lot of beginners read initially. It's a great
Mhm.
book. It teaches you the basics. Assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out your pocket. But the problem with Rich Dad Poor Dad, a guy that went bankrupt, by the way, Robert Kiyosaki, the problem is that he's very big on leverage, which means he doesn't care what he buys as long as it makes him some type of money every single month, positive cash flow. But the problem with that theory is that when things go wrong and things don't go perfectly, you're going to be stuck with a bunch of debts and potentially a bunch of payments that you can't afford. So if you want to read that book, I recommend it. You read it, but then don't stop there and don't just start practicing everything he says. Because if you listen to like Robert Kiyosaki, what you would do is go out there, buy a lot of real estate. As long as it's making you $50 a month and you're good to go, it's not the best concept when it comes to building wealth. The core
Mhm.
foundation of building wealth comes from, first, you stay out of debt, right? If you can avoid that, which by the way, you're there already, you don't have any crazy debt. You save up for emergencies, 3 to 6 months. You start investing for your retirement between 10, 20%. And then you start, when you buy a home, you buy it on a 15-year mortgage, you buy it the correct way, you pay it off in less than 15 years by throwing extra money towards it while you're investing. And then you have a paid off home, you have a lot of money in your investment accounts, and you also have, but it all comes down to the career you pick. If you pick the right career, like I do YouTube, I make videos, I love doing this, I don't ever plan on stopping. So it's all about making sure, because you're 21 years old, about to be, you have the power to pick a career that you like. Don't pick something just for money. Make sure you actually like it. That's the difference between a career and a job. Right now you can have a job to make
Mhm.
money to pay for your career, but you got to make sure the career you pick is something that you're actually good at, you like it, and it also makes you money. Does that make sense?
100%.
Mm-hmm. And
100%. 100%.
as far as investing right now, if you have money left over after you're done saving up for whatever you're going to do, whether it's college or a license, you can start saving money up, for example, into your Roth IRA. But your priority is going to be your career. Why? Because a career, you can invest $20,000, $40,000. You can make that every single year, 100% return. But in the stock market, long-term team, you'll invest money in there. You'll make 8, 12%. But again, if all you make is $20,000 a year, you'll be making that forever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. Yeah, I see
So
what you're saying.
yeah, so the most important thing is going to be leveling up your skills. And it doesn't just have to be college or a trade job or anything like that. It can be sales, anything you want to do, but you have to learn something that you care about and you're willing to actually do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you just got me thinking a lot right now. So
Yeah.
um, I'm gonna definitely check out the labor statistics, and you said that's to see like what careers is like booming right now.
Yeah, but not just that, right? John, cuz in reality what you can do is just go on Google and you type in best careers in this field that pay X amount of money. You'll find a bunch of them. And the goal is not to look at something on paper and be like, oh, I like this one, I'm gonna pick that one. No. What I would do is
Yeah.
basically, once you find one, you go on YouTube and you type in, hey, let me see what these classes are like in college, or the license is actually like, or the day in the job. There are tons of people that make videos about their career on YouTube. You look it up on YouTube, you watch those videos, you see if you actually like it, if you can get a job under someone that has that career, you get a job under them, you learn how the lifestyle actually is, and then boom, you go into it. Nursing, software engineer, accountant, finance, all those things, or doctor, those things are always going to be in demand. You know, those things are going to be great.
Right.
It's all about what you want to do,
Right.
though. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Right. Right.
the
Right.
day
Not to
trading,
just do it.
yeah, the day trading and stuff like that. I'll probably pause that. That's just me personally. If you want to keep doing it because it does make you money, you can if you want to. But that's a game where if I were to play, I would just, it's kind of like a cow. You suck the milk out and then you just leave it. So if I have $400 and with that money I can make money, I just leave that money in there. I play with their money, but I no longer put any more money into it. When it comes to
Right.
gambling and, for example, like taking crazy risks like that, what I do is I do the 90-10 rule, meaning 90% of my money into things I understand. In your case, career, building wealth, learning new things, college, whatever you want to do. And then the other 10% can go towards, for example, you gambling and doing whatever else you're doing. Does that make sense? Like high
Yeah.
risk stuff, basically.
Right. 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 Cause like how I trade, like one of my goals that I'm focusing on right now is because like I've been trading for like a year and a half now. So like this is a skill set that I started in last year, and like I've gotten better at it
Mhm.
over time, you know, to where like I can bring that $400 consistently, you know, every single week now. But
Look, if you, again, that's not my game, so that's
yeah,
just not what I do. But if you wanna make a YouTube video, a YouTube channel about trading, people love that stuff. People love fast money. When you tell someone I'm able to make $400 a week consistently for the past X amount of time, blah 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 blah, and they want to do that stuff, you can sell them a course, you can sell them anything, because people love like fast money like that.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause I was actually thinking about, you know, looking into YouTube too, but one thing that, you know, with me, like, I don't want to just, you know, put so much on my plate right now that I won't be, you know, responsible for or like overwhelming myself, you
Yeah.
know, so I was just
I mean,
looking at
again,
it like one
think
step
about
at
it,
a time.
right? 168 hours, 70 hours are for the maintenance things. For example, like sleeping, showering, using the bathroom, shaving, traveling, all those things. You still have 98 hours left in your week. That means a 40-hour job plus another 40-hour job plus another 18 hours to watch Game of Thrones all week if you want to. The time is there. It's all about time management. It's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And that's one thing that I gotta really focus on too. Like, and I've been trying to like find this consistent like routine and schedule for myself daily, like the times I'm gonna get
Read
educated.
Atomic Habit by James Clear.
Read
Atomic
what is
Habit
it
by
called?
Atomic Habit by James Clear.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great book on
Okay.
building habits. And the whole thing is that when you're trying to build a habit, you don't start like oh my gosh, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. You start small. You start step by step. You keep growing and growing. Before you know it, you have this habitual habit you do every single day. But it all starts just like very small, 1% at a time, and so on and so on. The more you read, bro, you went to the gym today, right? You said that.
Yeah.
So what I do is when I go to the gym, I always have Audible connected to my earphones. So instead of listening to music like I used to, I listen to an audiobook. So it means 1 hour at the gym, that means 1 hour of reading. That means 5 hours every single day. I mean, every single week of reading just by me working out. Plus the
Right.
extra time I
Yeah.
actually put into reading also.
Yeah. I listen to audios while I'm reading too. Like right now I'm listening to Kevin Trudeau, Your Wish is Your Command.
Mm-hmm.
So he has like these different CDs and stuff. So yeah, I listen to, like, I see the difference in when you listening to music, and it's like it just makes more sense. It's more effective. Like I could listen to something that's gonna give me value, or I could
Yeah,
listen to something
exactly.
that's not gonna give me
Exactly.
value.
And let me tell you
And
something,
you know
man. When I first started out, I had this like, it's like you have like this itch. You want to read everything. Sometimes reading one good book 100 times is better than reading 100 books. You feel me?
yeah, I think that's my problem too. Like I see like you giving me book recommendations, like everybody giving me book recommendations and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, and it's like I it's just like all of them get
Look,
thrown at me, and then it's like, damn, I want to read all of them, but then it's
if
like
you wanna,
I get that overwhelming feeling.
I'll give you a quick list here, right? If you wanna change the way you think, read The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Edgar T. Harv. Also, I'm a
Okay.
Badass, I'm Making Money, and also what's the other book by by Gary Bishop. Just look up Gary Bishop. He has like a very powerful book. Look up Gary Bishop, author, and I think it's called, oh yeah, it's called On F Yourself by Gary Bishop. It's a great book. It'll change the way you think. And then if you want to read
The
books,
second one,
it's on
the
which,
second one was the badass what?
yeah, I'm a badass at making money. It's a book
Okay.
by this lady. She's a great author. That's like all about changing your mentality, about how you see money. You can read those books over and over again. It's just about changing the way you think. And then books that actually go into deep about money. You can read The Richest Man in Babylon. You can read
All right.
also, if you want to change the way you think about stocks, you can. It's a very simple book. You can read One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch. And lastly, it's a little bit more complex, but you can also read it. It's called The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. And also the little book about common sense investing by John C. Bogle. If you read those 4 books right there, right, The Richest Man in Babylon will give you perspective on a budget and how money actually works. And then those 3 books right there, when you read the one on One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch, that book will teach you how to pick stocks and how he does it. Intelligent Investor will give you like the math behind it. And then the little book about common sense investing will show you that that type of work takes hours and hours and hours. So change, be like, okay, so do I want to do this actively, or do I just want to have a career and invest money passively and just go with index funds and so on? It's all up to you on how you want to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as far as like books within like your field, you can just look those up also. But it's very basic. It's just about, you have books that help you change the way you think, books that give you actual advice about money and investing, and then books that are surrounded around your field. So if it's going to be real estate, you read some books on that. But you got to just focus on changing your mind first, then the way you think about money, and then you go into, hey, what do I want to learn about? So if it's going to be sales, read books on sales. Focus on that first. If it's going to be social media, read books on that also. If it's going to be about your career, read textbooks on that also. Textbooks are great, by the way, and super underrated.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah,
But don't
I'm
get
just
overwhelmed.
writing.
Don't get
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
I'm writing everything down. So, all right. So, like, all right. My question is, after
Mm-hmm.
this phone call is over, what should be my next step? Because you gave me a bunch of information, and I got
Yeah.
to go down. What should be the next
If
step?
I was 21 years old, my next step right now would be get a job. Get a job,
Okay.
and then figure out what I'm going to do as far as a career, and then go sign up for it and get started. But take a week or
All
2
right.
weeks to find out exactly what you want to do. If it's college, try to do it debt free. Community college first, save up money for those 2 years, transfer the credits over, and then pay the rest of the 2 years for the 4-year school to get the bachelor's degree for free, basically. If it's going to be a license, find out which one it is, and then start saving up money for it and do it. But you need to optimize your time. So that means work, 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 learn, 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 do. Okay?
Yeah. All
That's
right.
what I would do. All
All
right.
right. So, boom. Yeah. So that. Yeah, I didn't even know it was 160 hours a week. That's crazy. So I got to really
68.
break that down.
It should be 168 if I'm not mistaken. It's 168
Okay.
hours, 24 hours a day. If you sleep for 8, you spend 2-3 hours doing a bunch of nonsense. You still have a bunch of extra time to have a job, have another side hustle, and still have something you're working towards. So the time is there. I don't want you to like burn yourself out, but the point is the time is there. It's all about how you manage it.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
All
but
right.
thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. And these calls are not a one-time thing. So if you want to contact me again, feel free to schedule another call, and I'll give you a call next time. Okay.
All right. Thank you, bro. I highly appreciate it. You have a great day. Stay
All
blessed.
right. Thanks, John. Good luck. Peace out.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, guys. So that right there was John, 21 years old, day trading, forex trading, and figured out, hey, this is not what I want to do. And by the way, a lot of people figure this out because it's all about this little marketing scheme they actually have going on, and the whole like, I'm going to sell you a course, I'm going to put you under me, and all this other stuff. And it's not actually about forex trading whatsoever. Now he's managed to make some money, have some success, but the answer is, if that's not what you want to do, focus on actually getting a career. The problem is that today in society, we've made career seems like it's something stupid and only broke people actually do. But in reality, it's not a bad thing. If you find a career, something you like, you're good at, it's gonna make you money, why not go ahead and chase it, right? That's the idea. So you get a concrete job, John, and then you also have, for example, a job to pay for that career. That's the whole point. When it comes into investing, you can actually do that because now you have all this money, and then potentially move out your mom's crib because now you have actual money coming in and you start your own life step by step. But it's all step by step. There is no rush. All this fast money thing with the whole day trading and all this other stuff is just not my game. That's what we do here, right? Long-term team all the way. Long-term team for the win. Okay, guys? I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you want to call me and talk to me one-on-one, well, join me on these calls. Calls are free. Link down below. Schedule a call for free from Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, and I'll give you a call directly. And make sure to put in the notes exactly what you want to talk about. That way I'm ready and I can actually help you at the best of my abilities. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. If you guys want to actually DM me on Instagram, type Bryson. And before I go, if you want to join me on Patreon, link down below. And if you want to watch more calls like this one, here's a call right here, and click my face right here. And as always, peace.